For Comedy Hype News, I'm John Alba. Last week, fans of the classic Good Times will get their first look at the animated series version of the iconic show, which debuted back in 1974.
I have important news.
Let me guess. The state called and they want to cut you a disability check for your face. Who the dummy now? Shit. Me for not wearing a condom.
The series taken from the life of writer and creator Eric Monte, who grew up in the Cabrini Green projects, would spotlight the Evans family who lived in the Chicago projects, and would highlight the many obstacles they faced as a family. Now Netflix, along with Seth MacFarlane, the late Norman Lear, and NBA player Steph Curry, is set to premiere the animated series in April. Along with the announcement and first looks, the cast of the new series would also be revealed. J.B. Smoove, Yvette Nicole Brown, Jay Farrell, Marseille Martin, Godfrey Slink Johnson, Rashida Oliwala, Tisha Campbell Martin, and social media star Pretty V are all reported to have lended their voices for the animation. Voiceover veteran Cree Summers is also attached to the project as a voice director. Now, upon research, it doesn't appear that many online fans were happy with some of the first look images coming from the animated project. One user on X would write, "I've got conflicting feelings about this animated reboot of the classic Good Times. Would Leave It to Beaver, the Waltons, or the Brady Bunch ever get animated like this? They should have just made a completely new series because I would have never thought this was Good Times. This looks gross. And man, this remake is not looking good at all, in disrespect to the OG show." For some, the first look images would be an issue compared to the show's original format, as it appears that the show's integrity and intention from creators Eric Monte and Mike Evans may get lost pushing narratives that reinforces negative stereotypes about black people. Now, in an exclusive statement given to Comedy Hype, the Monte and Evans families have announced that they aren't affiliated with the new series and are not approving of or blessing the new project. The families of Eric Monte and Mike Evans do not support nor have granted permission for the animated reboot of Good Times. From the looks of it, it appears that Norman Lear, before his passing, would move forward on the concept without Monte's and Evans' consent. And despite the ongoing reports that the original Good Times was stolen by him from Eric Monte and co-creator Mike Evans, those in the YouTube verse have learned in recent times that Lear looks to have taken majority of the credit and financial reward of a series he did not create. One of the main concerns from the families is that Eric Monte and Mike Evans' work stood for black empowerment and positive black imagery, and that this new project looks to not depict positive black imagery, as the men weren't there to make money but to make history. They also took strong issue with some of the early press coverage that would mention Eric Monte and Mike Evans in a way that could mislead audiences that they were affiliated with the animated version. Carlina Evans, daughter of co-creator Mike Evans, has also spoken out about the matter, as she would reveal in a recent interview, expressing that it was expected for the animated series to have gone through the proper protocol because Eric Monte and Mike Evans own the intellectual property of the show, while Sony only owns the show.
Going to keep everything on the surface. Those rights are very much there, very much real. Any reboot or recreation of Good Times, we need to agree. We need to be paid. We need to license it off. And that is with any recreation.
As of this report, it's unclear what Netflix or Sony has to say about the current backlash. Former Boondocks producer Carl Jones and Renata Shepard are reported to have co-created the animated series. Neither has yet to respond. And as far as Eric Monte, he would recently turn 80 years old and is expected to release new projects under his Eric Monte Productions company, E&P, as he enjoys his family in Atlanta. Monte just received a proclamation for his own day on March the 17th in Stonecrest, Georgia, given to him by Stonecrest Film Committee. He was also honored for Black History Month at the NBA G League's Wisconsin Herd for his contribution to sitcom history and black culture, and he is still advocating for positive black imagery. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. Are you going to be watching the new Good Times? And if anything, what should happen next? For more news and comedy, be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow Comedy Hype across all social media. For Comedy Hype News, I'm John Alba.